The Adesua Ye Literacy Foundation was officially launched in October 2012 in Berkusu, located in the Eastern region. Adesua Ye is a phrase in the Akan language, which literally means learning is beneficial. As such, the aim of Adesua Ye is to improve literacy rates in the country by teaching adults how to read, write, and perform basic arithmetic. As it stands, about 50 residents have been enrolled in the program.
Adesua Ye started off with some experiences I had with the Berkusu town. I remember once I went to the town to meet some high school kids and asked them to talk to them about their future goals. And so I asked them that each person should write what they want to become in the future, and they all wrote, quite a number of things. And I asked one kid that if you had the opportunity to become what you just wrote, which is a pilot, how do you think that can play out? And he said, if my father or my mother will stop taking me to the farm and let me sit in the classroom, I believe that I can get there. At that point, I realized that the problem was not the child, but the problem was the parent. And if the parent was made to understand the importance of education, then that parent can instill that knowledge into the child. And this is how Adesua Ye started.
So I joined Adesua Ye my sophomore year of Adesua University, and I met Leonard. That was actually the first time I met him. And he was doing something very amazing. He was bringing the community together through education. And I wanted to be part of that movement. And so an opportunity came where we could apply for a $10,000 grant. And I saw this and I spoke to them about this. And he was very interested and we applied for it. Luckily, we won. And the $10,000 grant as what has made Adesua Ye expand today.
The Ashesi community plays a major role in the running of the Adesua Ye program, from the use of lecture halls to trained student volunteers who teach the Berkusu residents. So as part of the volunteers for Adesua Ye, I'm handling the beginners class, and with this class I'm in charge of 2 people. The beauty with this is they've never held a pen or a paper before and actually hold their hands to help them make strokes, to write A's and B's. And the fulfillment I derive from giving them and they're finally able to write the A and B perfectly is really, really awesome. And I think this is very, very inspirational to me. And even after the day's work, when I leave them and I forget to give them homework, they chase after me and actually tell me to leave them with homework, and that enthusiasm alone always makes me to want to go back.
Education is really important. In whatever we do, every day we learn something new. And for people that didn't have the chance to have a formal education, it's great. It's great that we're giving them a second chance. But most importantly, what we have to understand is these adults have children. And they're coming from a place where their parents didn't have the means to provide education for them or didn't think education was important. Now, by doing this for these people, we're helping them to encourage the children who thankfully are in school. Most of the people that come here have children that are in school. And some of them want to help their children in their homework. Some of them want to be able to read prescriptions or medicines, And we're helping these people in very, very little way, but it's something that's going to affect their lives and in the long run be good for us and the country in general. So the existence of Adesua Ye is really important in the lives of these adults. Yeah, it's really important.
It is not just about the theory. Adesua Ye students are taught how to apply what they have learned in real-life situations. This includes filling bank drafts, writing checks, and performing basic math.
Well, in terms of calculations and measurements, it has helped me a lot. Because this work is all about calculation and reading of plans. If you don't know how to calculate or reading plans, you can't build. Either you'll be a labourer till you die. But I don't want that thing to happen to me. That's why I joined Adesua Ye to improve my skills.
I was invited to come and speak with some of the participants, beneficiaries of the program. I was absolutely blown away by how passionate they were about what they were doing. They all understood that this was going to change their economic prospects. But I think the most important thing for them was that for the first time they could actually read with their children. And so there was this very human dimension to this project that I saw when I met the students.
In a bid to expose the students to their Ghanaian identity, history, and places of interest, the Adesua Ye students visited the National Museum and Airport. Here, students were able to identify with key words and phrases they had been taught, which are associated with these places.
I remember one of the biggest challenges we had was me having to teach in Tree, and my Tree wasn't the best. And I remember when everyone came to class on the first day, the only thing they could speak was Tree. Just about 2 of them could speak English. And with that, I had to kind of teach in English and get some students to also help me teach in Tree. And during this process, we realized that some of the students could not even write their own names. Someone who's about 38 years, 30 years, they couldn't even write their names. And that we had to break them into little groups. And what we did was that we had a one-on-one session with them to help them learn how to write. Another big challenge was also, with the mentality of a child teaching an adult, because normally it's supposed to be the other way around. And this time around, this young person teaching adults who are probably older than my parents, and I believe that was also a very, very big challenge that we had to go through.
During the 2013 fall semester, Ashesi students taking the design course were tasked to design a unique library experience for the Adesua Ye Bus Library project. This involved them building up prototypes based on principles learnt in class. In the end, Adesua Ye had about 15 optimal solutions to choose from.
So as a team, we sat down and we realized that using the old Ashesi University bus wasn't feasible. And so we moved from that plan, and we thought about using a shipping container for a library. However, that was very expensive for us, and also it would be very expensive to replicate the shipping container model in different towns. And so we came up with a very low cost, eco-friendly model for a library, which is to use simple plastic bottles, waste plastic bottles, to build the library. And I believe this will enhance, or this will bring together the community.
The future of Adesua Ye is, I can't even use words to describe it. But currently, what we're doing is we are trying to replicate the same program in a different town. In Ashesi and Bukusu, we're coming up with an entrepreneurship curriculum that will teach adults how to manage businesses and how to start their own businesses. In addition, we're also looking to incorporate some IT and finance in the program so that we can help them, kind of get basic skills on how to use these facilities. One of the key things that we pride ourselves with is using technology to teach adults. One thing that I developed, which is Adesua Ye Learning Tool, a tool that helps adults learn how to read, runs on an Android platform, is something that we hope to scale up into a program that students can use to learn on their own back at home. We leave Bokusu with the strong hope that majority of the people that were in our program can read and write. They can fill application forms, they can teach their kids, help their kids with their homework, they can do many things. And this is our mission, and we believe that they have that critical thinking, they have that ethics, that integrity, and that technological competence that we hope to instill in them. And that is what I believe that is my future. Thank you.